Biscuits. I thought today would be fun reacting to the quiet luxury movement. So quiet luxury is, these are such silly terms, but like the old money vibe and style. And I thought this was a fascinating conversation to the digital nomad life. Does old money, does quiet luxury connect with the digital nomad lifestyle? Or is that much more a working class philosophy to be a digital nomad? Okay, so this is a gross generalization, but I would say no. Really old money in the US is not necessarily part of the digital nomad lifestyle. And hear me out here, this is why, in my opinion, when you're raised in more wealth, you don't think of travel as outside your norm. So travel, living abroad, extended trips to different locations, having homes in multiple places that you would consider your home is just kind of a standard expectation. And so digital nomad life is, I think, much more people that have to work to live abroad, people that have to work to get visas, and it's more of a working class, middle class kind of concept, the whole digital nomad thing, right? It's not necessarily the quiet luxury vibe. Sometimes it can be for a digital nomad that like that's their personal aesthetic, but I don't see a lot of that aesthetic per se. Now, a lot of digital nomads are, upper middle class in the US. Like it's not like a poverty level job, because you have to have a job that pays enough to travel and a job that is flexible enough for you to travel, right? But it doesn't tend to be like the upper echelon world, because they may travel, they may live elsewhere, but it's not thought of as the digital nomad life, if that makes sense. That's more somebody that's worked hard for their money kind of thing than the quiet luxury of old money that barely whispers versus newer money of maybe a digital nomad that finally got their first 6-figure salary, right? And they're like, woo, I'm going to travel, I'm going to live abroad. That kind of Another reason digital nomad life maybe doesn't quite fit in or mule over as much in the quiet luxury world is that if you have inherited wealth and inherited homes all over your country or all over the world, or you have just been spending a summer here, spending a winter here, your whole life, it's much less of a stretch. I think for a lot of digital nomads, this is the first time in your life where you can really go somewhere and live this independent life and have enough currency in time and money to live that lifestyle instead of just having grown up with it, and so therefore more of an expectation whether it's earned or not. I like the aesthetic vibes of quiet luxury. I am not a showy person by nature. I'm not a loud person by nature. I'm a quiet introvert that likes to create art. and so a quiet luxury appeals to me. I think luxury can be there's a lot of gatekeeping in luxury, this idea that you have to be extremely wealthy to deserve and have earned luxury. And I don't think that's true. That's part of why I do my Patreon page, is that the luxury of self-care is attainable to anybody at any income level. And I don't think it should be gatekeeped and kept secret and guilted for anybody that's like working class that wants the luxury of spa time and relaxation and meditation and connection to our inner being, right? Like we should all have that luxury of time to tend to a space in our lives that is happiness, and that's what quiet luxury is, right? It's simple, classic elegance and happiness in style and in lifestyle. And I don't think that needs to be gatekept to like a certain income level or a certain age of how many generations back your wealth goes or something, I think that can be really detrimental and classist and just a little bit hateful. There's something in classism that's very hateful, that judges you for succeeding, that judges you for not succeeding. And I don't like to live in that kind of perspective on the world. I like to just live in a happy space. So that is kind of my view on quiet luxury and the digital nomad lifestyle. I'd love to hear in the comments, what do you think digital nomad lifestyle has with a quieter luxury of that classic old money vibe, either in style or in reality or in just day-to-day living, how do you think it affects that idea? I'd love to hear. I'm going to see you over on my Instagram. I'm going to see you on Patreon. Heck yeah. Because Biscuits, thank you so much for signing up this month and being a part of that. I love building our little family over there. See you around.